minute.
Well, I thank the gentleman and the chairman for yielding. I have to pause for a moment. We debate a lot of things on this floor, and they're worthy debates, and they're interesting debates. But let's first, Mr. Speaker, tell the American people what we're debating today. Fighting Hunger Incentive Act. That's what we're debating. Lots of times I question why we have debates on the floor certain times. Right now is one of them. I really wonder if the American people tune in today and said you were really having an argument against Fighting Hunger Incentive Act. So let me walk through what we're debating. Because just a couple days ago, I just went down the road here to the D.C. Central Kitchen. It's a nonprofit, feeds a lot of homeless, also helps people build jobs. But you know how it was created? Because a small businessman saw people who were hungry. Then he saw an inaugural for the 41st President of the United States and said, should that food all be wasted? So he took the leftovers and found it to someone who needed it. Then he went further and he goes, you know what? These people come and eat. What they really need, they need a job. So why don't I create a culinary school? 99 classes have gone through this culinary school. And you know what? I met this young man who went through class number 2. Early in his life, he did some things wrong, and he was incarcerated for more than 20 years. But you know what his life is today? He is the supervisor for 8 years. He has a 5-year-old daughter, and he has a college fund for that daughter. That's because the current tax code allows it to happen. Mr. Speaker, when I listen to the other side, you would think we're creating a whole new bill. We're taking a tax code and extending it instead of having a problem that someone wonders, will I still get that donation? So I ask them. I see how many people you feed here and the number of volunteers. If you want to volunteer at the D.C. Central Kitchen, you have to sign up, and the opening is in May because people want to give back. But they say 60% of all the food they get is donated. They get fish that would actually go into a dump beforehand. But you know what? It's not easy if you're a small farm somewhere else to donate it. This incentive allows it to happen. Why? Because one person saw a need. He didn't go to government to do it, but he used the system to actually enhance and build it up. But I don't have to just go to D.C. to see this. I see this in my own community. My wife and I go down to the mission in Kern County. I see lives changed. I see people fed. But you know what? I see all walks of life. I was down to feed the mission one day, and a person that was just a couple lines behind it in there to get food went to the same elementary school as me, and the same junior high and the same high school. That's the greatness of this country, that we're willing to help one another. But, Mr. Speaker, I just don't understand. If we're willing to help each other, why do we have to fight to make it allowed to do that? There are worthy fights on this floor, but this is not one. We are better than this, Mr. Speaker. And I will tell you this. What I am most amazed at and dumbfounded by, this bill has a veto threat. This bill, to help hunger, to help the next Dwayne, to help the next individual be fed, has a veto threat. So you know what? I read the veto threat. The administration doesn't oppose the provision because it's already in law. So many times people say, why do you wait till the last minute in this house? Well, we're not now. We're taking it up early so nobody has a problem. But you know what the administration, Mr. Speaker, the President says? He is threatening to veto this bill because Congress didn't pass other bills the President wanted, and because the President might oppose future bills that the House could pass. Seriously? That's just wrong. Mr. Speaker, I believe in this country. I believe in mankind. I believe in the goodness of all of us. It's not about party. It's about helping one another. We are fighting for the incentive to end hunger and encouraging others to do it. We shouldn't have to debate about it. We should celebrate it. I look forward to this bill passing with a large majority and the President signing it and all of us as Americans coming together to help the most precious, because it's in every single one of our communities, hunger. Let's put our political games aside, Mr. Speaker, and let's rise to what people expect of this House, to help the common good. I yield back.